she laughed at something you said. Then she touched your arm for half a second, barely enough to notice. Then she went quiet. And you replayed that entire interaction for the next 2 hours, alone in your car, staring at your phone, wondering if you invented all of it. Was that something? Or am I completely overthinking this? Does she actually like me, or is she just friendly like that with everyone? Why can't I just read this? Why is this so confusing? Here's the thing most guys never get told. Women don't signal attraction the way movies say they do. They don't walk up to you, make intense eye contact, and make it obvious. Most of the time, she's already been telling you everything, with signals so quiet, so layered, so deeply human that unless you know what you're actually looking for, you'll miss them every single time. And that's not your fault. Nobody taught you this language. You haven't been missing out because you're unaware. You've been missing out because you were looking for the wrong thing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what the 7 hidden signals look like, what's driving them beneath the surface, and how to respond in a way that pulls her closer instead of pushing her back. Let's get into it. Before we get into the 7 signals, I need to give you something more important than a checklist. I need to give you the right lens. Because without it, even after I tell you all 7 signals, you'll still second-guess every single one of them. Most guys believe that attraction is a decision women make consciously, that she either likes you or she doesn't, and she knows it clearly, and she's just choosing whether or not to reveal it. That's not how it works. The real truth is this. Attraction in women is largely an emotional and nervous system experience before it's ever a rational one. Her brain doesn't sit down and evaluate whether you qualify. What happens is far more biological, far more subconscious, and far more interesting than that. Her nervous system is registering how safe you make her feel, before her mind has consciously caught up. She's not asking, do I like him? She's asking, do I feel at ease around him? Does something in me relax when he's near? Do I feel seen? And here's what changes everything. The signals she sends when she likes you aren't performance. They're not a display. They are nervous system leakage. Tiny, involuntary behavioral shifts that happen when her guard comes down and something in her starts turning toward you. That's why they're so easy to miss. They weren't designed to be obvious. They're the opposite of obvious. They're quiet, they're layered, and they are absolutely real. Once you understand this, once you stop looking for her to tell you she likes you and start noticing when her body and behavior are quietly moving toward you, everything shifts. You stop feeling confused. You start feeling clear. And that clarity changes how you show up, which changes how she feels, which changes everything else. Signal number 1. She finds excuses to keep the conversation alive. Most guys wait for a woman to say something dramatic. I like talking to you, or I've been thinking about you. Most couples in early dating misread silence or short replies as disinterest and pull back. So they never learn what's actually happening when she sends that random meme at 11 p.m. or texts, okay, but wait, have you tried this? Out of nowhere. Here's the deeper truth. When a woman is interested in you, her nervous system does not want the connection to end. She doesn't always know how to keep it going without feeling exposed. So she creates low-risk bridges. A meme, a random question, this reminded me of you. These are not small things. These are her quietly reaching out. These are her nervous system saying, I want more of this. Picture 2 versions. Version A, she goes quiet after your conversation ends. That's neutral. Version B, 2 hours later, you get a voice note of her laughing at something she saw because it reminded her of a joke you made earlier. That's not friendly. That's investment. That's her thinking about you when you're not around. And when you recognize that, when you respond warmly and make that bridge feel safe, something in her quietly registers. He gets me. And that feeling is what real attraction is built on. Signal number 2. She remembers the small things you forgot you said. Most people in early dating focus on big romantic gestures. They think attraction is built in grand moments. Most guys don't realize that the most magnetic thing you can experience is when someone proves they were actually listening to the version of you that most people scroll past. Here's what's really happening beneath the surface. When a woman likes you, her brain begins unconsciously collecting data about you, not in a calculating way, in an attached way. Her memory starts filing away the details of who you are because something in her has already decided you matter. So when she says, wait, didn't you say your mom makes that? 3 conversations after you mentioned it once in passing? That is not coincidence. That is her nervous system quietly telling you that you've already taken up real estate in her mind. Disconnecting version. She hears what you say, responds politely, moves on. Connecting version. A week later, she says, "How did that thing with your brother go? You mentioned it was stressing you out." That one sentence, that's intimacy. That's her saying, "You are real to me." When a woman does this, something inside you stops feeling like a stranger and starts feeling like someone worth being known by. And that shift, that's when real connection begins. Signal number 3, her body angles toward you even when she's not talking to you. Most guys think eye contact is the only physical signal that matters. Most people in dating miss the quieter, more consistent signal, the one her body is giving off the entire time, not just in the moments of direct conversation. Here's the part no one talks about. The body doesn't lie the way words can. When a woman is drawn to someone, her nervous system literally orients toward them. Her feet point in your direction, her shoulders open toward you. When something funny happens in a group, she looks at you first before she looks at anyone else, because the brain checks in with the person it cares about most during peak emotional moments. This is not conscious behavior. This is biology. This is her nervous system quietly making you the center of her awareness even when the room is full. 2 scenes. Scene 1. She's talking to someone else in a group setting, her body half turned away from you. Scene 2. Same setting, but her feet face you, and the moment she laughs, her eyes find yours first. That second scene? Her brain is saying, "He's my anchor in this room." When you notice this and you meet her gaze with warmth, not intensity, just warmth, what moves through her is, "He sees me even when we're not talking." And that feeling is safety. And safety is what everything else grows from. Signal number 4. She teases you, but only in ways that keep you close. Most guys misread teasing as disinterest. She's giving me a hard time. Maybe she's not into me. Most people in relationships never learn the difference between teasing that pushes away and teasing that pulls in. And it's one of the most misread signals in all of early attraction. Here's what's actually happening. Playful teasing is a nervous system safe way to establish familiarity without the vulnerability of saying, "I like you." Think about it. If she didn't care, she wouldn't bother creating an inside dynamic with you. She wouldn't have opinions about your shirt. She wouldn't call you out on a specific habit with that grin that means she's been watching you closely enough to notice it. The teasing isn't about the content, it's about the closeness it requires to do it. Version A. She's polite, surface level, gives you nothing to respond to. Version B. She calls you out for something specific, laughs, and then waits to see how you handle it. That's a test. Not a malicious one, an attachment one. She's checking. Can you handle me? Will you stay playful? Is it safe to be myself with you? Bro, when you lean into it, when you match her energy without crumbling or getting defensive, something in her relaxes that you won't be able to see but will absolutely be able to feel. She stops performing. She starts showing up. And that's the beginning of something real. Signal number 5. She gets quiet in a specific way when you mention other women. Most guys blow right past this one. Most people in early dating have no idea that a woman who has feelings for you has already, in her own quiet way, started to feel the stakes of losing you, even before anything official has been said. Here's the truth no one explains. When a woman is developing feelings, her nervous system has already begun treating you like someone who matters to her safety and well-being. So when you casually mention, "Yeah, my friend Sarah was telling me about that," or "This girl I work with sent me this," something shifts. She doesn't say anything dramatic. She doesn't make it a moment. But watch closely. She gets just a little quieter. She asks a follow-up question that sounds casual but has weight beneath it. Her energy shifts, briefly, barely, but it's there. That, man, is not jealousy. That is investment. That is her already emotionally in. She didn't plan it. She can't fully hide it. And it's one of the most honest signals she'll ever give you, precisely because she didn't mean to give it at all. When you see that, and you respond with warmth, not game playing, something in her feels, "He notices me." And being noticed, that's one of the deepest human needs there is. Meet it, and you become irreplaceable. Signal number 6. She mirrors your energy and then raises it slightly. Most people in dating look for signals in words. They analyze text messages, count response times, try to decode what "ha-ha" really means. Most guys never look at the one thing that cannot be faked. The emotional rhythm of how she moves in and out of your energy. Here's what's really going on beneath the surface. Emotional mirroring is one of the oldest biological signs of social bonding. When we feel safe with someone, When our nervous system has decided this person is worth connecting to, we unconsciously begin to synchronize with them. Our pace matches theirs. Our energy lifts when theirs does. Our tone softens when theirs does. And here's the key detail. When a woman likes you, she doesn't just mirror you, she amplifies you slightly. She takes your energy and brings it up one notch. You're calm, she's warm. You're warm, she's lit up. You're playful, she's on fire. This isn't performance. This is her nervous system inviting you deeper. Version A, you laugh, she smiles politely. Version B, you laugh, she laughs harder, leans forward, and immediately matches your energy and then tops it with something that escalates the moment. That version B is her nervous system saying, I'm all the way in this. And here's what changes everything. When you notice this, and you consciously bring warmth, ease, and presence into the interaction, you're not just making her feel good. You're becoming the person she feels most alive around. And nobody forgets that person. Signal number 7. She shows you her soft places. Not the obvious ones. Not the loud, dramatic, processed emotions. The soft places. The quiet ones. The ones she doesn't show most people. Most people in relationships spend years together and never reach each other's real emotional interior. Most guys in early dating have no idea that the moment a woman starts letting you in, even slightly, even carefully, it means something has already shifted that is much harder to undo than she might want to admit. Here's the part that matters most. When a woman begins to feel genuine attraction, her nervous system starts making micro decisions about safety. And if you've been present enough, consistent enough, attentive enough, something in her starts to open. She'll mention something about her family with a vulnerability she usually keeps guarded. She'll tell you about something that hurt her, not performed, not for sympathy, but real. Or she'll go quiet in a moment and then say, I don't know why I'm telling you this. That phrase right there, that is one of the most powerful things a woman can say to someone she's developing feelings for. Because what she's really saying is, you feel safe enough for the truth. She's not giving you a speech, she's giving you access. And that access, that willingness to show you something real about who she is rarer and more precious than anything loud she could have said. And man, when you receive that with stillness, when you don't flinch, don't fix, don't minimize, just stay, what moves through her is this. I forgot how good it feels to be chosen. And once she feels that with you, the walls between you don't just come down, they stop existing. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Not as a list of things to watch for, but as a shift in who you are when you're with her. You don't need to become a decoder of signals. You need to become someone present enough to actually receive what she's giving. Someone still enough to notice the quiet things. Someone warm enough that her nervous system decides you're worth opening up to. This isn't a dating technique. This is just what emotionally aware people naturally do. And the moment you start showing up this way, not to manipulate, not to win, but because you actually care, the signals stop feeling like a mystery. They start feeling like a conversation you were always capable of having, but nobody taught you the language for. Every woman who has ever quietly touched your arm, remembered what you said, mirrored your laugh, or shown you something real about herself, she was speaking. She was always speaking. Now you know how to listen. And when you do, when you show up with that kind of presence, that kind of warmth, that kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need to perform, something in her stops wondering if you're worth it, and she starts wondering how she ever went without it. Real connection doesn't start when you find the right person. It starts when you decide to become one.